This is TCT's Daily Major. I am Brian Dabreo, and these are your headlines. St. Lucia to meet global standards of transparency. The Zika virus is no longer a public health emergency of international concern. Dr. Gail Rigobert has reiterated government's commitment to the nation's youth, and Dr. Goodwin Friday has declared his intention to keep the Vincentian government on its toes. TCT's Daily Major is brought to you by Dubelli's Bottling Company, Ferrans Food Products, Ramco Charming, and One Caribbean Newspaper.
So nothing will keep us together. Oh, we can be heroes just for one day.
More than a third of our children are now overweight or obese, and some reports indicate this will be the first generation where the children might not outlive their parents. Cardiovascular disease is the leading cause of death in the United States, and the leading cause of death for African Americans, Hispanics, and whites. 25 million North Americans are diabetic, and roughly 2 million people are diagnosed with diabetes every year. BioSlife, the clinically proven natural fat loss.
For more information or to purchase this product, contact Ramji at telephone 716-1400 or 450-0495 or email ramj35@hotmail.com.
One Caribbean newspaper is dedicated to the unity of our people in one Caribbean nation. We invite you to write us and tell us what's bothering you. No matter what it is, as long as it's within the law and it doesn't offend public conscience, we will publish it. Send us your pictures. Tell us of your weddings. Tell us when, unfortunately, you have deaths, and we will publish the death announcements. One Caribbean is a newspaper dedicated to the unity of the Caribbean. Write to us at onecaribbeanltd@gmail.com or dennisdabero@gmail.com, and we will publish what you write as long as it is within the law and it doesn't offend public decency.
Welcome. Prime Minister the Honorable Alan Shastney on Monday, November 21st, 2016, signed the Convention on Mutual Administrative Assistance in Tax Matters. The convention will enter into force in 2018 and will enable the government to automatically exchange information. This multilateral instrument is the most comprehensive mechanism available for all forms of tax cooperation and will tackle tax evasion and tax avoidance, making it a top priority for all countries. At the brief signing ceremony in Paris, France, Prime Minister Shastney said, "Despite our many challenges, we stand resolute with the rest of the world to address vital issues such as tax avoidance and evasion." Having signed the Multilateral Competent Authority Agreement in October 2015, we have continued to work assiduously towards the signing of this convention and towards the development of enabling legislation. We have received assistance from the Global Forum and the OECD Secretariats in this regard, and indeed we are grateful. The necessary legislation has been drafted and will be enacted in time for the due diligence process to begin in January of 2017. The Prime Minister explained that coming off the heels of the first Foreign Account Tax Compliance Act reporting period, the learning curve for the implementation of the Common Reporting Standard is envisaged to be significantly reduced. The task ahead is by no means an easy feat. We have apprised the stakeholders in the financial sector of the Common Reporting Standard, but there is still significant groundwork to cover. PM Shastney asserted that St. Lucia has heeded the call of the global community with respect to the exchange of information. The convention was developed jointly by the Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development in 1988 and was amended by protocol in 2010. Caribbean jurisdictions already participating in the Convention on Mutual Administrative Tax Matters include Barbados, Anguilla, Aruba, Belize, the British Virgin Islands, and Cayman Islands. In February 2016, the Director General of the World Health Organization declared the Zika virus outbreak a public health emergency of international concern due to the significant long-term complications associated with it. This facilitated an urgent and coordinated response from the world. At the 5th meeting of the Emergency Committee on Zika and Microcephaly and Other Neurological Disorders convened on November 18, 2016 by the Director General under the International Health Regulations 2005, it was decided that the Zika virus and the complications associated with it remain a significant long-term public health challenge but no longer represent a public health emergency of international concern. Dr. Sharon George is a medical officer of health attached to the Ministry of Health.
What they actually did was escalated the response. We are no longer in emergency mode, but they've indicated that we now need to look at a long-term sustained response in terms of the management of the Zika virus. As we have indicated earlier, the Zika virus, apart from initially being a mild viral disease, it has now been directly related to complications such as microcephaly and different neurological complications such as Guillain-Barré. So right now, countries are being advised to ensure that the management of the Zika virus and their complications form a part of their sustained long-term work programs in terms of managing Zika and its complications. That is, they're recommending that sustained resources are put towards the Zika virus, because right now countries need to think not only managing persons with the viral disease, but also persons who develop the complications. That is, children who may develop neurological complications, which would have a long-term effect on both families, communities, and the public health system, and also in terms of the secondary hospital care of persons who may develop the Guillain-Barré syndrome, which is very costly in terms of management.
The Ministry of Health and Wellness is expected to continue working to strengthen its surveillance along with primary and secondary care facilities.
So for us, for example, in St. Lucia, we want persons to stay on the alert. We are still within the rainy season. Apart from the Zika virus and the chikungunya, we are seeing cases of the dengue fever, for example, which, as we may remind the public, can also develop complications of bleeding and also cause death. So we have to keep on the alert in terms of reducing the impact of the vector-borne diseases, and we are going to ensure that the management of Zika and its complications remain within our work programs, because although the major cases that we were noting may be reduced, but we have to keep our surveillance for complicated cases of the virus and in terms of ensuring that our system can facilitate and manage those cases.
Minister for Education, the Honorable Dr. Gail Rigobert, has reinstated the government's commitment to the youth of the nation in the wake of Universal Children's Day, which was celebrated by several countries on Sunday, November 20th, 2016. The minister underlined that the government will continue to ensure there are policies and laws in place to protect the nation's youth. Very often we are called to engage in some very critical introspection given some of the ghastly news that greets us. But I just want us to pause and to ask ourselves, what more can we do to offer greater protection and greater opportunity for our nation's children as a whole? We have recently appointed a new Attorney General, and we have both expressed the necessity to strengthen our legal framework to offer greater levels of protection to our children. It is something that I feel very strongly about, and I think as a nation we too should make it our priority. The minister noted that Universal Children's Day should signal in-depth reflection on many cross-cutting issues related to children in the society. International Men's Day is celebrated annually around the world on November 19th. However, the Division of Gender Relations observed IMD on Sunday, November 20th with a fun sports day at the Soufrière Mini Stadium. More in this report.
International Men's Day, commemorated annually on November 19th, celebrates and recognizes the positive contributions of men to the development of societies worldwide. It is also an occasion to highlight the many issues that impact men's lives, including their invaluable contribution to family and child care. Gender Relations Officer Ron Peter says the Fun Sports Day will target fathers, their children, and or stepchildren island-wide, coming together for a day of healthy, fun-filled activities.
It's a time for men just to, spend some like a day, with the kids. That's what we are planning to do. Already we've realized that, we have a real problem. Well, it's a great problem of absentee fatherhood in St. Lucia, where 44% of households are headed by women. So it's a drive to really, help men, elevate men from that kind of situation, so that they play a more of an active role in their kids' life.
Minister with responsibility for gender relations, Honorable Dr. Gail Rigobert, has thrown her support behind the initiative, making a plea to men island-wide to support the event. Speaking in the Creole tongue, Dr. Rigobert called for the same attention given to women annually to be allotted to the men on their special day.
So, Papa kaisa kui ekishio. Yo kay sa mette ya sou do yo e koui pou wè ki moun kray genyen, ou sa mette ti siton an chou yo, tout sort kalte bagay, football, cricket. Alors, c'est l'occasion pour nous mener nom ek hisyo, famille yo ensemble. L'année en chay nom en pays nou, qui ka gade kont hisyo yo même, ou ka kwe yo single parents. Souvent, le nou ka parler à ce sujet single parents, nous avons qui c'est femmes tout seul, mais l'année nom aussi qui single parents. Et nous voulons célébrer nom en société nous aussi.
The Fun Sports Day is being held under the theme Responsible Men, Secured Families, Safer Communities. From the Communications Unit of the Ministry of Education, Innovation, Gender Relations and Sustainable Development, I am Chris Satney reporting.
You are watching TCT's Daily Major. Still to come, the America's Best Sustainable Boutique Hotel.
Crystal clear, yeah. That's what we drink. When I want to quench my thirst, bring a bottle of crystal clear, yeah. It's so refreshing. I don't want no other water. The choice is crystal clear. Cool the temperature. Revitalize me with. Give me a bottle of.
The choice is clear. Crystal Clear. Premium, purified drinking water from Duboulet's Bottling Company Limited.
The way you smile at me is everything I dream.
How is that boy running up?
Lucy Les got some knowledge for you. Your Lucelec bill has been redesigned to give you more information. The top portion of your bill contains an invoice number, Lucelec's VAT identification number, and customer address. A past due stamp is displayed if your payment is overdue at the time of billing. Ignore it if you've already made your payment. To the right is a barcode for easy processing of your payments at Lucelec's customer service offices only. The billing summary highlights any amounts due from the prior billing, total of all payments made between your last bill and your last payment date, any other charges or credits to your account, any fees for returned checks or reconnection, VAT charges on these fees, the balance brought forward, your current charges for the billing period, the total amount outstanding on your account, and the date by which it should be paid.
Experience the flavor of icy. Icy, yeah. Icy. Pop it up. Let's start the party. Ooh, yeah. I like the flavor. Ooh, yeah. I love the taste.
The orange and the pear, the cherry and banana, the apple, ginger beer, or strawberry for your mama. Grapefruit, cola, champagne, sorrel if you wanna. Quench your thirst first, have a icy soda water.
Icy, yeah. Icy. Pop it up. Let's start the party. Ooh, yeah. I like the flavor. Ooh, yeah. I love the taste. Icy.
Experience the flavor of icy. Bottled by Dublay's Bottling Company Limited.
Ramco pasta is a master. Your staple of choice because the quality is superior. No gluten, no white flour, 100% semolina. Ramco pasta tastes better, I swear. Ramco pasta forever. When I using mac and cheese, bon. Give me some more, please. Ramco have variety, go Betty to Betty and Fusilini.
Ramco, the taste we know, met you. Now available at all leading outlets. Distributed by Ramco. For more information, call 450-0495.
Thanks for staying with us. Four Door Plantation and Resort was recognized as the America's Best Sustainable Boutique Hotel at the World Boutique Hotel Awards ceremony in London on Wednesday. Caroline Lamentine, co-owner of Four Door, was on hand to receive the award personally, which the resort also won in 2015. We are thrilled to once again be recognized with a World Boutique Hotel Award, said Caroline Lamentine. This award represents the hard work of our team at Four Door, who make sustainability a part of their daily work practice. And it reflects on the commitment we have to our beautiful St. Lucia as she sustains us, and we are proud to do all we can to give back. Nominations for the WHBAs are made by an awards voting jury comprised of 30 well-traveled industry experts and luxury travel journalists. The WHBA panel reviewed more than 300 hotels before announcing this year's winners. A handing over ceremony for the packaging materials procured under the EU Agriculture Transformation Program and the Banana Accompanying Measures Program to be sold to agro-processors for value-added agro-processing was held here recently. Mr. John Calix is the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture.
It is my distinct honor and pleasure as Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Fiscal Planning, Natural Resources and Cooperatives to extend a warm welcome to you all. We're here this morning. I'm excited to be here actually on this occasion. We're at the NO's office on behalf of the European Union delegation in Barbados. We'll be handing over packaging material to the Ministry of Agriculture for purchase by the agro-processors in St. Lucia. This activity was funded by the EU through the Agricultural Transformation Program of the Banana Accompanying Measures, which we call the BAM, as we all know. It's a great opportunity for the agro-processors, as it is an opportunity to improve your operations and your efficiency. And as Mr. Henry said in his remarks, it gives us the opportunity to really leapfrog the subsector into levels that we once held before. It also signals the continued commitment of the government of St. Lucia and that of our collaborator, the European Union, to the sector and to agriculture as well. St. Lucia maintains a formal relationship with the EU, and the EU in the past has supported ACP countries with two successive programs focused on bananas. The first one was a Special System of Assistance, SSA, which went from 1994 to 1999, where 75 million euros was allocated to the program, which was followed by the more familiar SFA, and between 1998 to 2008, where 376 million euros was allocated towards the SFA program. The current BAM program, with a budget of 190 million euros, is benefiting 10 countries, and it is meant to continue the support for the adaptation process started from the SFA program.
Mr. Edison Henry is the program coordinator.
Let me say that the fact that we are instituting this project to include packaging material places us at the global competitive level. I know all of us have had the experience where we see something in the shop we never saw before, and suddenly we're home with it because the packaging attracted us to it in the first place. Some of us are also aware that it's a modern tactic to introduce new products by designing the package in such a way that it mimics or looks like an existing or long-standing product. So you're suddenly introduced to a new product because it looked like something that you're familiar with. Hence the importance of packaging material. I think it's a wonderful initiative to have introduced this component into our list of projects under the BAM, because sometimes we never stop to pay a little attention to ourselves, and oftentimes we think that because it's for the local market, it should look like the local market. But the local market is part of the international market, and therefore we should spare no effort to ensure that we provide products that also is fit for consumption in the international market. Because St. Lucia is also part of the international market.
The U.S. Embassy to Barbados and the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States is pleased to host American soul singer Carolyn Malachi and her band in a three-country traveling tour of American soul music. The program traveled to Barbados, St. Lucia, and Grenada. Accompanied by her band members, Carolyn kept the packed audience grooving for the hour-long concert in St. Lucia, which took place at the National Cultural Center, performing original songs, Blowing Smoke, which she wrote when she was unemployed, and Free Your Mind, which is an effort by Carolyn to help raise awareness and funds towards the education of students in developing countries. The enthusiastic audience was soothed and tantalized to the rhythms of the music and Carolyn's dancing. The U.S. Embassy is hosting this series of public concerts to underscore the excellence and diversity of American music and to promote cultural exchange. On the regional front, it has been reported that Secret Bay, an exclusive eco-luxury boutique resort located on the pristine, unadulterated island of Dominica, has been awarded the World's Best Boutique Hotel 2016 by the World Boutique Hotel Awards. The 8-Villa Hideaway was honored as being capable of transporting guests into a novel world through the history of the location, its culture, and its own stylistic flair. The awards were announced on November 9, 2016 at a gala dinner held at the Merchant Taylors Hall in London. Attendees included boutique hotel owners, travel and lifestyle, press and influencers from around the world. As a relatively new, small and remote property, it's a humbling honor to be awarded the world's best boutique hotel and to be in such impressive company, said Gregor Nassif, proprietor of Secret Bay. The World Boutique Hotel Awards are based on elements of design and concept, dining facilities, location and service, as well as the overall experience and emotional journey produced by the property. Staying on the regional scene, Caribbean 360 has reported that declaring his intentions to keep the St. Vincent and the Grenadines government on its toes, veteran politician Dr. Goodwin Friday was appointed as the country's new opposition leader after securing the support of his colleagues in the New Democratic Party. Friday, the NDP's Vice President and the four-time Member of Parliament for the Northern Grenadines will fill the shoes of his long-time boss, Anim Eustace, who resigned after 16 years at the helm of the party. He officially took over yesterday. Friday is scheduled to speak tomorrow on the parliamentary agenda going forward, which he said would be focused on increasingly robust actions to hold the current administration accountable and deliver change for the country. I believe that I can deliver a better standard of living for the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and they would just have to watch me, he said after being elected to succeed Eustace. The trained political scientist immediately signaled the opposition was ready to continue to defend the interests of Vincentians in Parliament, serving notice that the upcoming estimates and national budget would be a top priority. But even as he takes up office, Friday will face his first major challenge as early as next Sunday, when the party holds its convention to elect a new president. While admitting he has some big shoes to fill with Eustace's departure, Francis said he will be entering the race and he is confident he can win the majority support of the party a second time. Now for the weather report. Present weather at Turanora, partly cloudy. At George Charles, partly cloudy. Sunrise tomorrow, 6:08 a.m. Forecast for St. Lucia Valley for the next 24 hours. Winds will be blowing from the east-southeast near 16 miles or 26 kilometers per hour, becoming lighter and variable at times. Weather, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with scattered showers and a chance of isolated thunderstorms. Seas, moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet or 1.2 to 1.8 meters. Forecast for the Lesser Antilles, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Tropical weather outlook. An increase in moisture and instability in the atmosphere over the eastern Caribbean region will cause scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms over the islands during the next 24 hours. Finally, unbelievable but true. We now invite you to have a look at how a tribe of the Luhya people of Western Kenya celebrate life.
Oh yeah, shake body. Oh yeah, move body. Make you ring alarm. Oh yeah, shake body. Coupe de calema, sagacité, équilibré, farotema, décalé, décalé. Cricata, 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 pam, pam. Somunto, calopere. Oh yeah, shake body. Oh yeah, move body. Make you ring alarm. Oh yeah, shake body. Coupe, décalema. Cricata, cricata. Parotema. Équilibré. Parote. Oh yeah, shake body. Oh yeah, move body. Make you ring alarm. Oh yeah, shake body. Oh yeah, shake body. Oh yeah, move body. Make you ring alarm. Oh yeah, shake body.
Amazing, isn't it? Here is where we come to the end of this edition of TCT's Daily Major. But before we go, another look at the headlines. St. Lucia to meet global standards of transparency. The Zika virus is no longer a public health emergency of international concern. Dr. Gail Rigobert has reiterated government's commitment to the nation's youth, and Dr. Goodwin Friday has declared his intention to keep the Vincentian government on its toes. TCT's Daily Major was brought to you by Dubilee's Bottling Company, Farron's Food Products, Ramco Chowming, and One Caribbean Newspaper. As usual, on behalf of the entire news team, I am Brian Daprio. Thanks for viewing.